So I'm gonna show you guys how to make, okay, I also have no makeup on and I look, I'm gonna show you guys how I make my signature post-workout smoothie. This is the smoothie that's in my Body by PB guide that probably gets like the most recognition, is like the most. This smoothie is that bitch. This smoothie is the famous smoothie. This is the smoothie that we love. So we're gonna show you how to make it. Wasn't gonna share the recipe, but I figured honestly it's just such a powerful and life-changing smoothie that I wanted to share with you guys. So normally I make this right when I get back from my workout, but I decided I'm just gonna do like pull my fast a little bit longer today, like wait a little bit longer before I do it. In my eating guide, which is my Body by PB guide, I'm not gonna talk about it too much. I outline my style of eating. Today I'm just fasting a little bit longer, and so I'm making this smoothie a little bit later in the day. But I figured I would show you how I make it, and I think it'll be really, really fun. And yeah, basically this smoothie is like extremely powerful. As you'll see, it has very clean vegan protein. It has brain food MCT oil. It has reishi. It has a lot of really great stuff. It has maca in it, great for hormone skin clearing. This smoothie will like not only have you feeling satiated and full after a workout, helping your muscles recover, helping you build muscle, you know, especially if you're like working out your butt and abs and things like that, and you're wanting to get toned. I think it's really important to have protein right after your workout. Or like most people say, right after. I wait, like I said, and I fast, and I still see great results, so it's really up to you. But yeah, it's a really powerful smoothie. It's gonna help you feel good, get started, have a clear mind, good for the day. Normally I use oat milk, but right now I'm out of oat milk, so I'm just gonna use this from Trader Joe's. It's their unsweetened almond, cashew, and macadamia nut beverage. So what I do first is I pour, honestly, like I have the measurements in the guide, but when I'm making it myself, I just eyeball it. Because that's how we roll. Next, I'm using the Cos vegan protein. This one's almost empty, and I transferred. I have another one. I put it in a thing I'll show you. This is my favorite vegan protein. I literally like love them so much. If you buy it from their website, because they saw how much I like loved it and talked about it, so they gave me a code to give you guys. This isn't even a sponsorship at all. They just were like, okay, because it's in my guide, so you can get, I think it's like $10 off, or really good, like a substantial amount off with the code, I think Polina. So if you're interested in getting this protein powder, don't order off of Amazon, order off their website, because you'll get $10 off, right? And I think it's like $40 or $50, so $10 is, you know, pretty big cut. But I love the vanilla flavor personally, and like I said, I got a new tub, and I just transferred the whole new tub into this like container. I got this at Home Goods. So I'm gonna you do 2 scoops of this bad boy. It's a little messy. Okay. It's a bit of a modified version, like I said, because I'm out of one of the milks, and then I don't know, I'll see what kind of frozen fruit I have, but the classic one is right now. Okay, so then we do, brain octane oil. This is the Bulletproof brand. Really great. I'll link this type of stuff on Amazon that you can get, and it's nice that they changed the packaging, because before you had to like pour it out and it would get all over like your fingers and stuff. Now this one is really, has a little pour. It's like, at this point, it's kind of like a mixing game. So we're gonna do that. Reishi powder, I like the one from the Cos brand. They have really great stuff. Like I have their matcha, their chia seed, like their ground up chia seeds, their cacao powder, their protein, this. Their stuff is really high quality and organic, and so I really like it. So I'm just gonna do 1 scoop of reishi. Also, I have maca. Yes, I'm running really low on maca, actually, like really, really low. Like there's like basically none left. This is gonna be frozen strawberries. Again, I'm doing like a random arrangement of fruit right now because I'm out of some of my other fruit. But in the guide, it has like the exact, like my classic recipe, but I'm modifying it a little bit, you know, as life happens. Oh, okay. Little mango. Of course, we do a fun cup always. I feel like having your smoothie in a fun cup just really enhances the experience. Sometimes it's a little bit messy to put in, but it's so worth. I always post it like this. Literally, I'm not kidding, if you drink this smoothie for like 1 to 2 weeks, probably even a week, you will notice the biggest difference. A lot of you write to me like, you feel foggy in the morning, or feel brain fog, or don't feel as energized, or just feel kind of like off or weird and not motivated in the morning. I'm not kidding you. All like the combination of having the MCT brain oil, the reishi, the clean protein powder, like it really makes a big difference on your mental health. Definitely like a really great supplement. So, and like I said, I was never really gonna share like the recipe except it's in the guide, right? And so like for people who obviously got that, like that's why. But I figured honestly it's so powerful and so amazing, and this makes a really big difference I've noticed in terms of if you're like working out and you're actually trying to like get kind of like, I don't know the word sculpted, but like this is definitely, I guess to put it bluntly, this has definitely helped me build my butt. And so I see really big results. So started making this smoothie a long time ago, right, at this point, but as soon as I started making this smoothie, I noticed huge differences in the booty. And I know that's like a lot of people work on building, especially if you want to do, you know, of course, naturally. So I really recommend, if you haven't done this recipe, to try it. And if you do try it and post on Instagram, try to, if you don't mind, hashtagging Body by Baby and putting it in your story, then I can repost your story. I love doing that. So I'm gonna put this frozen mango back in here. Stuff is life-changing. I use it as a conditioner. It's like a leave-in mask, and it's purple. It's my hair. So if you're blonde, this is the perfect product. It's not one of those that makes your hair like gray or lilac. A lot of those like work, but they make your hair like just like dull looking. Like it takes out the yellow, but then I look like I'm gray. This one is perfect because it takes out the gray. Takes out the brass. But leaves your hair looking like freshly bright blonde, like you just got done at the salon. currently have no makeup on. I look like a wet rat and it's so really quite the look. But I'm about to get my hair blown out. I just washed my hair. And I wanted, like, I have these two products that like I sent a bit back, and I use other products in this line, but not these two, and I'll show them to you. So I'm excited to try them out today. It's from this is my coffee literally from the morning, and it's currently 4 o'clock. So just to give you a little FYI. Also, I do this thing where like I like to get flowers like every so often. It just makes me feel really good. I got this vase. It's a vintage vase. I went to like, I don't know, it's like kind of like a flea market type thing, and this woman was from France, and she was like selling a bunch of vintage stuff that she got from France and from Poland. I got this like really cool vintage, I don't even know if it's supposed to be, I'm sure maybe it's supposed to be a vase. I mean, you can probably even like use it as like a cup if you want to be brazy, but I'm using it as a vase. And then I got these flowers today. I wanted to get like white fluffy flowers. I wanted to do white on white with it. I knew that. And today at Whole Foods in the morning, I was picking up Coco her wet food. And they had like these, and these are called China Mums, and they're so like big and pretty, and like so, I don't know, like it almost reminds me of a lotus, like the way it expands like this, and it just makes me so happy. I was gonna put like white roses if I went to Trader Joe's. That would have worked completely fine. I only would have needed like probably honestly one thing, like one, you know what I mean, bouquet. These I need to get 2 bouquets because it came with like half whatever each one was to fill it up, and I like cut them kind of short. They were normally obviously really long and had like leaves, so I cut down the length, and then I like took the leaves off, and I basically just like made it into this like arrangement. And yeah, I really like it. I find it so pretty. Like don't you feel like the flowers are just to like look at them, they're so like stunning and intricate in the way like they start out so small. Sorry, Coco just bumped the camera. Coco, say hello. Mia's at my parents' house right now, so Coco and I are having girl time. Coco's super kind and patient, and Mia's really, like, I don't say aggressive. I mean, Mia's a Scorpio. Coco's an Aries, actually. Mia really plays with Coco, and so when Mia's not here, Coco, like, is more engaging with me because she doesn't, like, if Coco's out, Mia will basically, like, play with her non-stop. So Coco will go take a break because she doesn't want Mia to, like, jump on her and play with her. But when Mia's not here, Coco's way more, like, outgoing with me. But anyway, what I want to try out are these two things. Sorry, I just knocked it over. It's like this brand called Playa. It's like a clean hair brand they sell at Sephora. This is the soft volume powder, lifts, stresses, and enhances body earth, clay, and vetiver root. As well as paraben and silicone free, just to give my hair like a little oomph. And then this is the ritual hair oil. Oils of kukui, apricot, and sunflower. Same thing, it has UV, apparently it's silicone, paraben free, and has a UV protective. This will be just, I'll probably put a little bit of this just like on the ends. But this I kind of want her, what's it called, whenever, if I'm getting my hair plowed home, I have one of my other amazing friends, Crystal, blow out my hair, and I want her to, I think it's also gonna be cool for her as a stylist to try out this brand, but I want to also see, like, I look like a wet rat. It's really a look. So I just got done with my blowout, and I used the that carousel shampoo I showed you, the oil and the texture spray, and honestly, I'm going to show you in this reflection. Don't mind the sticky boobs. Like, I left the purple conditioner in a little bit. It's like pretty ashy today, but I actually like it. But you see, it's like still not gray. Like this is like this is the color it'll come out when you leave it in for a bit. Normally it's just like a bright blonde, but I feel like the oil made my hair really shiny, like especially up top. I don't know if you can see, like it looks like really glossy. And then the texture spray, my stylist really liked it. She said it wasn't super gritty, and she said that it was just like, it wasn't like too intense, because usually texture powders are really gritty. This one was like light. She said that it gave it some volume, and I definitely can feel it. Like sometimes I feel like around here it's kind of flat here. I feel like my hair has more body. Usually, like, because I say no volume at the crown because I don't want any volume here, but like normally here it kind of falls flat. You know what I mean? And it just kind of is boring. Here I can tell that, like, I don't know, I feel like it gave my hair like a little bit of gradient. I might put a little bit more in later. So yeah, that's the texture. This is the texture powder I told you. I had a salad. I ordered myself some chopped up. I wish I would have showed it to you. I was so hungry. I literally scarfed it down my throat. That's a Playa spray. And yeah, so like I said, what it looks like, I just feel like I don't know, my hair looks bigger, right? Like, because the powder obviously gets like on the hairs, and so then it makes your hair look fuller. And I'm loving it. This is like my new favorite brand I found of rosé currently. I got it at Trader Joe's. I guess it's by the brand Underwood, and they have like a white wine in the can, and like I think like a white wine and a champagne, or like two different variants of something like similar to a white. One's a white wine, one something similar. You can see my lipstick, a little Clé de Peau. And okay, honestly, normally I will just drink half of this, but all my cups are in the washer right now. Actually, I have these other ones I can use. But normally I'll have like the wide ones that looks like this, but are wider. And I'll normally have half of one, because like I've said this before, I'm not like, I mean, people always ask me what my thoughts are on drinking, and it's like I just feel like honestly, like, yeah, it's not good for you at all. It's not good for your vibration normally, but I feel like sometimes it's like when you're having a lot of resistance about something, it can allow you to release the resistance, even if you're a little bit of a lower vibration, so to say, to like receive clarity. Does that make sense? Like if you're feeling really stressed and just like thinking nonstop, and have one glass of wine, it allows your mind to calm down. It can allow like a solution to come in, and which can be beneficial, right? Like, I'll talk about this 1 second. Let me just pour a little bit. I'll talk about that one in a second as I pour more. Kind of weird, right? But I don't know, like that's where we're right now. But basically, yeah, so like in general, like, alcohol lowers your vibration. So if you're feeling really, really amazing or really, really great, it depends where your normal vibration is. I'll insert the scale vibration right here, okay? So it's a chart, so it depends on where you're at normally. Like if you're going through a lot of stress or a lot of anxiety, you can be, or you're just going through an intense situation, you can be a little bit lower. So you having alcohol may not even really drop your vibration too much. So let's say, for example, I don't know if this is at all with all of the correlating, let's say your vibration's at like 350 and alcohol's at 320, right? So if you have alcohol and you're at 350 and you drop to 320, you probably won't feel too much, right? And and that's why you probably would feel inclined to drink. Because you know when you're having, honestly, when you're having like an amazing day and you're feeling good, sometimes you're like, oh, I'm fine. A lot of times, like, I'll have wine to like it just honestly helps me relax my mind, because my mind is very go, 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 go. And obviously I meditate, you guys know I do all that stuff, but I find that sometimes when I have light alcohol, not getting like drunk at all, or like never getting like drunk, right? Like having alcohol to the point where like I could function and like drive a car, like, you know, like 0.8 or whatever the thing is, like something like 1 beer, right? Like something really light, like half, like literally, you know what I have, like this is like half, not even less, half of that can, and I'll just have half a can. Like something super light I think can be beneficial in terms of releasing resistance, because it can help calm down your mind. It also helps, I mean, as many of us know from those nights, it brings all your emotions to the surface. So if you're kind of like feeling overwhelmed or hesitant and you do drink alcohol in an effective way, which sounds weird even saying that, but like let's say you listen to music, you journal, you whatever, you have 1 glass of wine, I think it can really bring peace. Like it can really help you calm down, and it can bring your emotions to the surface. It can allow you to remove your logical mind for a little bit and to understand why you feel a certain way. You could be like, even if it comes out in a weird way, like, oh, I'm upset about this, you know, when like you get drunk, you'll really get to the core of like why you're upset. Like girls will be like, oh, I miss this person, blah 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 blah, and their friends will be like, you say you don't miss them, and then when they're drunk, like they'll say it basically. So I think that if it's used very lightly, it can actually be like a beneficial tool. Again, like you're not using it to get drunk, you're using like having a glass of wine or something really light if your mind is very overwhelmed, to help you bring emotions to the surface and calm down. But I do think that it can really easily turn into escapism, right? Like you can just start having like, because when you're feeling a lot of pain, like to even feel like that lifted off of you for a little bit is amazing. Like it feels so good. That's why I feel like a lot of people who are in college or graduate school, things like that, drink heavily oftentimes on the weekends, because there's so much pressure during the week to have things to get done, so that when it comes weekend, you just want to not feel all of that, you know, pressure. And even if you're not doing, like let's say you're in school and you have a lot of work to do, right, and that gives you stress and anxiety, and let's say even like just thinking about it gives you anxiety, when you're doing it, you're obviously like not really enjoying yourself most of the time. I don't know, when I was in college doing my homework, I mean, some papers I enjoyed writing because I found them like interesting, but you know, it's not like, you know, I'm like, wow, you know, I can't wait to like wake up today and do this project. I mean, there have been times that I had some interesting courses, but for the most part, right, you're not like so eager. Like you'd most likely rather rest or hang out with a friend, you know what I mean, as us humans would, or go work out or whatever it is, walk your dog, shake it, you know, whatever it may be, like get a plant. But, and so that when it comes to the weekend, you don't even want to think about doing work. And that's why I feel like oftentimes the alcohol leads to escapism, right? Like in that sense, you start like drinking a lot because you feel like you'll have 1 drink and you'll feel relieved, and then you get addicted to that feeling, and so your mind goes like, okay, I had 1 drink, I feel really good, so your mind's like, okay, let's have more. It's a pleasure pain thing, and immediately in our culture we're really conditioned to think that drinking is positive. You see ads of like alcohol, always people are smiling, laughing, and that subconsciously reprograms you, just like doing affirmations or listening to a hypnosis recording before bed with positive affirmations, positive like correlations, like hearing certain words and they evoke certain emotion, like doing that repetitively subconsciously programs us the way we subconscious reprogramming. We can literally change our view about ourselves, we can change our view about others, our attachment styles and relationships, we can heal past relationships and the lenses that we view them through, and actually like you can trick your mind sometimes into remembering them in a different way that's less painful, to help you move forward and things like that. In the same way, when we're in our society, you see alcohol or clubs, it's always promoted, it's associated with fun. You ever see people out drinking, there's always like, because like let's say you're out taking a photo and you're out with your friends, and even if you're having a horrible night, someone pulls out the camera, everyone's smiling immediately, right? And so constantly in our society, it's ingrained in our minds, like alcohol equals fun. And so that's why it's really hard to break patterns of drinking, even if you know it's not beneficial to you, or you know, doesn't add positive value to your life, because you have that 1 drink and you feel good, and so your mind going off of also again, your logical mind is pretty much, not to say off, but turned down when drinking. So your logical mind's not rashing with you, you're kind of going off like almost like quick instincts. You're like, oh, I had that drink, I feel good, and then the way it comes around, do you want another one? You have such little time to make a decision, so you're going to lean towards yes most likely, and that's how I feel like drinking can get out of hand. And that's why even that's why though I think it's a kind of like one of those things. It's kind of like people say about my views on marijuana, and I have similar views. Like marijuana vibrates the frequency of acceptance. So oftentimes if you're going through something difficult or feeling anxiety and stress, I think it can be useful from bringing you from a low vibration up. But I think that it can oftentimes stunt the growth past that, because you get comfortable at wherever you are with the substance or with whatever it may be, that it doesn't push you to evolve further to get to the next level. And you know, first-hand experience too, like I feel like you know what I mean, if like I've been stressed and I just get used to having a glass of wine all the time, maybe like if I didn't do that, I could work through something in a more effective way. So I'm never like saying, I never want to come off as like I know everything and I'm just telling you. I'm telling you based off like knowledge, coaching, everything, but also being honest, you know, and reflective about my own experience. And so so yeah, that's my views of marijuana. I think it can help bring you up to acceptance and in situations where you're a little bit lower than that. But as soon as you start feeling like you know you're not in that lower vibration of like if you're stressed, overwhelmed, or whatever it is, you need to work your way up to feeling acceptance without marijuana, and then from acceptance, you know, coming towards hope, and the ladder of vibration, right, like in the scale. And that's a whole topic to not like not be like I'm climbing up the scale. Like you work through things, you do healthy habits, you do things that truly bring you joy, and you purify your life, and that allows your vibration to, you know, raise. Like doing nice things for others, doing nice things for yourself, putting yourself first. And I know it's so much easier said than done 100%, but I guess that's what I want to talk about in terms of like alcohol. And like I'll even say, like, even if I've been going through really hard times, like if I'm going through something difficult, I found that like sometimes if I use it effectively, like I said, I can have like wine or something, and it can like relax me, and it can take me out of my like really intense rational mind, and it can like a glass of wine honestly will bring me like sometimes peace, and I will like, it can actually like, help me up the scale. But I also definitely have remembered like times where like it would be used if I was really overwhelmed, as like if you just go too hard to get lost in the sauce, as the kids say, then like it can actually like you feel so awful and you make bad decisions, and you're already feeling stressed and upset, and then like the next day you wake up and you're upset at things you did. It can like really lower you down. So that's that. And cheers to using alcohol is a great tool. I think of course everyone talks about like the ways you can like connect with others, obviously, like when because it allows you to put your guard down is the best way. I think I was talking to, she was like an energetic worker and therapist, and she was like, I was telling her, I was like, what are your thoughts on alcohol? Because I've had such mixed, I had times where it was really honestly beneficial. I can genuinely say that, and times where it was very not beneficial. And so yeah, I don't know, she was saying things like it can be used as a tool if used effectively. Like it can allow people to put their guard down. It can allow someone to be like vulnerable if someone's like in a positive way, to nurture a friendship or relationship. And again, obviously it can go to the extreme.